tuning in. Today we're going to cover a nice bend and twist routine, really good for the whole spine. If you have any issues with mobility in the T-spine or stability in the lumbar region, then this is a great little routine for you to start working in daily. So we're going to start off just with a nice stationary position. Okay, we're going to basically hinge over, almost like you're in a swinging golf club, hands wherever's comfortable. And the idea here is that we totally dissociate the upper and lower half. So our legs are rooted into the floor, we're nice and strong and stable there. And all we're going to do is to really try and rotate your sternum as much as you can. I say sternum because it's kind of the center of our chest. We're trying to open that up as much as we can each way, really isolating the T-spine, so the thoracic region of the spine, basically the area that covers your rib cage. So you're going to do that for about 5 or 6 reps each direction, where it feels good, really challenging every millimeter that you can. And then the next one, same position, get a little bit of a hinge here, brace the core, and this time we're just going to try and fight for a little bit of a pelvic tilt. So an anterior, posterior pelvic tilt, trying to get as much range of motion there as you can. And again, keep those legs rooted into the ground, make sure that you're not using your torso for this motion, trying to really isolate that pelvic control. Okay, same thing there, great little drill, a couple reps each side, should do wonders for you. Next we can grab our dowel, and this is also a good tool for that first twist to help keep you honest if you find that you have a hard time with that. So we're going to get it up on the back, almost like you're setting up for a squat. Now we're just going to add a little bit more movement into that twist so we can get a little bit more knee bend, feel like the hips are involved a little bit. Again, we're still trying to kind of get our sternum around as much as you can. Taking this one gentle for sure, don't need to be very forceful. Just finding an extra half inch, an inch every rep kind of thing. Okay, and then we can add a little side bend as well. Nice and tight in, legs are rooted to the floor. We're going to do a big dip, exhale, inhale back to center. Dip, exhale, inhale back to center. Okay, you're not going to hold this too long. Really just kind of want to pulse it out almost. Nice little bend. Again, fighting for that extra little bit of length each rep, not holding the stretch too long. Okay, next one is called a good morning. Same position with the bar, for the dowel, whatever you're using. This is just a nice little warm up for a deadlift and a hinge. So good practice on bracing the core, making sure we're nice and engaged in front here, almost holding that hollow position. And then we're going to hinge back, so we're really just going to keep our knees, soft bend in the knees. That bend isn't going to change. We're just going to push our hips back, feel that nice stretch in the hamstrings. Back should be nice and flat and rigid. And then as we drive back up, it's all glutes to finish the rep. Hinge. Hinge. So you're going to feel this one a little bit more in the hamstrings, which is fine. That's what we're looking for. Okay. Do a little exercise for you pulling off the floor. Okay, so it's a great one. Next, we're going to progress that a little bit further to a J curl. So what we're going to do is start with the wall here. Basically, you're going to press your whole spine against the wall as much as you can. So using the tailbone, stacking each vertebrae along the way. We're going to start by tucking the chin. Nice firm grip on the dowel. We're really going to tuck the chin. We want to try and segment this so one vertebrae lifts off at a time. If you feel like the whole hunk lifts off at once, which is pretty common, especially once we hit that lumbar region, we're going to pause when you feel that and try to push 1 or 2 vertebrae into the wall, really pushing from your abdominals, okay? Drive that sucker in, keep going. Oh, big chunk lifts off, pause, push into the wall. Okay, we're going to keep doing that all the way down until you can get right to the floor. Same process on the way up. We're going to tuck the pelvis, really push the butt into the wall, and try and stack 1 vertebrae at a time, all the way up to the skull, okay? Do that from the side just so you can see a little bit. So same deal, we're nice and engaged, soft knees, tuck the chin, start to roll down, being really strict, try not to let any vertebrae kind of chunk together. All the way down, nice and slow and controlled. Keeping that dowel against you the whole time. Right to the floor. Tucking the pelvis. Stacking those vertebrae one at a time all the way up. Great little drill. Recommend 3, 4, 5 reps of that if needed. Try not to use weight to start just because it is a little bit aggressive if you don't have that control yet. Once it is there, then maybe you can increase the weight slightly. Okay, so once you finish up with your joint circles, dowel or broomstick, something like that, really good tool to help mobilize the shoulders a little bit more and the torso and stuff like that. So we're going to show you a nice little routine. So you want to have a nice loose grip, okay? Don't death grip it, so it'll help loosen up the shoulders a little bit more. Make sure it's light upstream. Just going to do these up and overs. Okay, coming up across, touching the butt, touching the hips. Okay, really important that we don't arch the spine through this and put all the stretch into the back. So we again want to make sure the core is nice and tight to help isolate the shoulders through the motion and really get an honest representation of what those suckers are doing. Okay, once that's done, we can go one arm at a time, come up and over, boom, little pause, keep the circle going, go that direction, couple reps, other direction, a few reps as well. Okay, from there, we can go into a shoulder blade extension. So we're just going to be boom back. Really important, we're going to pull our shoulder blades back as far as we can, kind of drive them down to the floor, and then lift into extension. Okay, we want to get as high up as we can. Don't want to be too rounded and crouching compensated again, so we're going to make sure we're isolating those suckers as much as possible. Pull back, down, and then lift up as high as you can. Hold for a couple seconds. Okay, and then we're just going to flip grip, same drill. Drive the shoulder blades together, reach down, and then up into extension as much as you can. Hold for a couple, maybe 4 or 5 reps aside. Okay, when that feels good, I call these corkscrews. I like them a lot because we can try and isolate one joint at a time. So we can start out just by hitting the wrist, boom, get a little bit of a twist, work into the elbow, work into the shoulder, and then work all the way up into the scapula. Okay, same thing on the way back. We're just trying to isolate the shoulder and the arm, get as much movement through there as possible. Dowel's nice because it extends the angles a little bit, really see how far you are twisting every rep. Okay, same thing on the side. Boom, when that's all good, we can go in front, same drill, take the shoulder out of the equation and just focus on the wrist and elbow rotation. Okay, a little bit tougher there. Again, make sure you're keeping a nice firm grip on this one so we actually feel the rotation in the elbow.